Man, the second round of the playoffs. I just love the playoffs so much. We are already loaded with drama. Let's start out with the East, with the favored Celtics taking on the champs. Someone tell me, riddle me this. How are the defending champions underdogs in any situation in the East? I don't know. I don't understand it. Houseway. I know Middleton is injured. I know it. I'm aware of this. But this is Giannis. Like, Giannis is a different cat. He's not Steph Curry. He's not, Kevin Durant. He's not even LeBron James. Like, this is a guy who is largely, offensively, defensively, unstoppable. And then a bunch of other guys who make his job easier. Please make it make sense. Let's look at the regular season record between the Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks for a second, because I've been just wrapping my brain around how Vegas could make these odds the way that they are. Celtics 2-2, so they split against the Bucks this year, and thought maybe with Chris the Celtics would be favored. Here's the thing though: the Celtics beat a Giannis-less Bucks without Giannis in overtime in November. In overtime. And Dennis Schroeder, who the fuck does Dennis Schroeder think he is? Dennis Schroeder had 38 in that game. They then beat the Bucks during the point in time where the Bucks didn't give a fuck about basketball. Like December, like that part where it's like not quite trade deadline season, All-Star break's a while away, and let's be honest, the Bucks already won this damn thing. They don't need to push to win every single game. The last two times that they played the Celtics, the Bucks beat them at home twice. 117, 113, and then at the end of the season beat them 127, 121. So to recap, the Celtics never beat the Bucks without Dennis Schroeder. Not like a tremendous piece of information, but there is no Dennis Schroeder in this matchup. He's gone now. He's been traded. And they never beat them in Milwaukee. And they only beat him once with Giannis. And, listen, when you have Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench and he's giving you 40, that's not insignificant. And let's also be honest about what Milwaukee's doing. They've realized they don't need to win 60 games in order to win the championship. They no longer have to prove to the world that Milwaukee's on the map. Milwaukee's very firmly on the map. They decided we're going to low manage, we're going to coast. It doesn't matter. 1 through 6, we're fine. We don't need to be the number 1 seed. We don't need ESPN to put us 92.7% to make the finals. It's fine. Put us a 3 seed, put us a 6 seed. As long as we don't have to play in the play-in tournament, we're good. And that's pretty much a matchup problem for anyone. I tell you what, as a bettor, as a gambler, I could not run fast enough to the window when I saw that Vegas gave me the Bucks at plus 175 for them to win the series. You're talking about almost 2-1 money for the Bucks, for the defending champions to beat the Celtics, who have been good for 2 seconds. What are we talking about here? The fact that the Nets got swept has now put, I don't know, it's a pill everyone is taking. Oh, you beat the Nets? Oh, now you're the favorites. They should have never been, the Nets should have never been the favorites. They're not good. I can't say this and stress this large enough. You're here, Brock. I've been screaming this from the mountaintops since October. Plus 175, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's a 30, 15, and 5 guy. How? And he's hitting free throws now? What? Then I double back. And I was like, what? I get him plus 4.5? What? Did that. Then I double back again live. What? They're up and I'm still getting him plus 2.5? What? Then I'm like, okay, well now they're probably going to score 180 points. What, I can get under 196 total points? This is a defensive matchup. And no matter how much we give props to Boston and their defense, do not sleep on the Bucks defense. They've got guys who will just cut your legs out. Grayson Allen and Marcus Smart is the matchup you didn't know you needed. Like, the Bucks are stifling. Brook Lopez, one of the best rim protectors in the league. Nobody speaks about him. Nobody even utters his name. They're just like, oh, no, Miss Christopher Middleton? What? No Chris with a K? Obviously, then the Bucks. Well, look, what are you talking about? And then, then the Bucks, of course, do exactly what I thought, which is like they should win this game, let alone like be 4.5-point dogs. Headline: Boston hit in the mouth, out-muscled by Milwaukee Bucks in physical game 1. Tell me how that changes. How, like, is Chris Middleton a part of the out-muscling? I don't think so. Like, nobody's ever said, like, Chris Middleton bully ball. Like, never. Moving forward with or without Middleton, I'm not sure anyone out-muscles Milwaukee in the NBA. Like, period. Even Phoenix couldn't do it. That's why they had to figure out a way to get other centers involved, because one center is not enough. You'll just get into foul trouble. And, like, then you've got DeAndre Ayton sitting his ass on the bench because he got 4 fouls in the first quarter. Now you got to roll out Frank Kaminsky. Like, if you don't know Frank Kaminsky, just the way that I say his name, he's been cut. He's been cut already. They've got JaVale McGee now. They've got Bismack Biyombo now. They've got a plethora of depth in case, really just for this scenario. Really just because Giannis and Brook are a problem. And for game 2, Milwaukee is yet again, somehow, inexplicably, the line has not moved like anything. It's 4.5 again. Take it. If you're above age and you've got sports betting legal to you, like, take that. I don't care that they're going to make adjustments. All of them will. And somebody needs to explain to me how in game 2 is going to go different than game 1. Everybody's like, oh, well, the Celtics, they just shot so bad. They were just so bad. Like, they can't possibly shoot as bad as they did. They were just chucking from everywhere. They shot 50 times from 3. They shot 50 times from the 3-point line. They can't possibly be that bad. They shot 18 for 50. By the way, percentage-wise, that's actually better than they've shot all year long. Their season-long 3-point percentage is 35.6% from deep. So tell me exactly how this changes. They shot 10 for 34 in the paint. How do you fix that? You got 2 guys, Giannis and Brook. How are you going to spread them out? You put them on the perimeter somehow, stretch them out. You got what? You got fucking Time Lord on the 3-point line? Get out of here. Who is going into the paint? How are you going to stop that? Here's what Jaylen Brown said after the game. We've got to be smarter. In game 1, we weren't, so we look at it, we learn from it, we come better back for the next game. We shot a lot of threes tonight, a lot of them great looks. We understand that's what they want us to do. So we're going to figure it out. Why do you think they want you to do that? Because you're not good at it. So smarter is not going to get you taller. Like, you can be as smart as you want, but they're 7 feet tall. And Giannis is like 275. So, listen, you made the exact number of threes your record suggests that you're going to make moving forward. You're going to shoot 60 of them now? The bottom line is this. The Celtics were crowned way too early. And I like the Celtics. If they weren't facing the Bucks, maybe they'd face the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then they would go to sleep to the Bucks then instead of now. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why we get into these trends of like, well, you beat the king, you took the king down, and now you've got the crown. Like, first and foremost, like, the emperor had no clothes. Like, so you guys just kept thinking, like, maybe if we keep saying that they have clothes on, that the Nets are going to be like a real team. They're just never have been, never will be. They had no depth, and just because the Celtics beat them didn't mean that they ended up getting any more respect than what they are. They're in a matchup disadvantage with or without Chris Middleton. Let me ask you this. What happens if Chris Middleton was in the series? Then it's like, I mean, it was a dominating performance. They were up largely the whole game by double digits with their number 2 scorer out. Yeah, you have Marcus Smart banged up. He's not going to not be banged up because he's dealing with Drew Holiday and Grayson Allen and Bobby Portis and his goggles. Like, that's what this is going to be. So, I know. And you got Jaylen Brown with a lingering hammy as well. Like, I don't know what you want me to say, but if you're a bettor, just go ahead and keep hammering the Bucks and take that shit to the bank. Because the Bucks look like right now they're going back to the finals, and it's probably going to 7 with the Suns. And then, like, quite honestly, my heart will be broken, but it feels like the Bucks are going to win it again. Giannis is the best player on the planet. He is unguardable, and thus the Bucks. I cannot imagine them being stopped.